Still waiting for a big smile out of you. You're up 2-0. What's the story? Are you not happy, or you're only half happy, or?
Still to be happy about.
You're up 2-0.
Job's not finished. Job finished? I don't think so.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Rick's Blazing Takes. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you here with me. I appreciate that. So without further ado, let's get right into it.
Yes, sir. SimWorld, what up? What it do is Rick Blaze coming to you live and direct with another episode of Rick's Blazing Takes, giving you what's happening in SimWorld, and you know there's some things I want to talk about. Let's talk about it. So we're going to talk about the big board, of course, and I also have some late-breaking news. But first, before I get into all that,
the following comments are views and expressions made by Rick and Rick alone and are not necessarily those of SimWorld. If you are too serious, sensitive, easily startled, weak stomach, mama's boy, or Cowboys fan, you may want to turn off. If you've been recently dumped, eat pizza with a fork, love good times, ranch dressing, and Jason Statham movies, you may want to turn off. If you use the word conversate in actual conversation, you may want to turn off at this time. Thank you.
All right, cool. Now that we got that out of the way, I do want to talk about the big board that was released the other day, the draft board for the upcoming SWBA draft. And I also have some breaking news. I'm dropping some breaking news that no one has heard yet. I'm breaking it. I have good sources. But before I get into all of that, I want to address the SWFL just for a second. And the fellas talked about it earlier on the show on SimWorld today, but I just want to give my little 2 cents. Texans linebacker Aziz Shala, how you pronounce his name? He was suspended 3 games for the vicious hit or the big hit he made on quarterback Trevor Lawrence. And here's my 2 cents on it. First of all, make no secrets. We don't like the Jags. We've been beating up on the Jags. We own the Jags. We are the Jags' father. We are their legitimate father because we own them. Ask Marsh, he will tell you that. But besides that, I'm never condoning a player getting hurt. I'm never condoning a player getting hurt. I'm not even condoning a player playing dirty. However, I think that a lot of extra stuff went into this. Was the hit a dirty hit? I don't think the type of hit was dirty. I think it was poor timing by both parties. As Trevor Lawrence is sliding, Aziz is already running full speed, going for the hit. If Aziz get there a half second earlier, he hits Lawrence higher, and he probably doesn't get concussed. If Lawrence slides or get down a half second later, Aziz probably misses him altogether. It's just that close of a play. So I don't think Aziz is like, yo, I see Lawrence, I'm finna concuss this boy. I'm finna hit him regardless. I think like I think it's happening simultaneously. But I get why the fans would be upset. I get it. I'm cool with that. But 3-game suspension and the Texans trying to make a playoff run, that's crazy. He hasn't been suspended for playing for dirty hits before. Now somebody say, well, he's done dirty stuff, but he hasn't been reprimanded before. So this is like a first-time offender as far as that's concerned, as far as the referees actually kicking him out of the game. So as a first-time offender, you give him 3 games. Well, we've seen players in previous years, even this season, that got ejected from a game and was able to play the very next play. So I think maybe because he was a quarterback, I think maybe because of the owner writing a letter. I think a lot of other stuff went into play other than the actual play on the field. All right, that's my 2 cents. So I think he should play the next game. Fine him, cool. But I think he should play the next game. That's my opinion. All right. The draft board. The big draft board. I have one problem with it. One problem. The purest point guard in college basketball right now is not on the list. That's my problem. You're telling me number 2 ranked Alabama, led by their star guard, and who's dealing with an ankle injury right now, by the way, from the last game. You're telling me there's 25 players currently better than him? I think not. That's crazy talk. Now, He's had a lot of help this season, so he hasn't had to be all worldly. But you can't punish the guy. His talent didn't dissipate. He didn't get worse all of a sudden. He didn't forget how to play the game of basketball. He didn't forget how to put the ball in the basket. He didn't forget how to set his players up. It's just that he has more talent now this year than he had last season, so he don't have to work as hard. He don't have to be the guy for the entire for both halves all game long like he had to be in the past. Why is he getting penalized for that? Why is a guy who's decided to play team ball and get his players involved and let his other players cook when they got a chance to, why is he getting penalized for that? If nothing else, that should tell me he's more of a team player than anything. Like, I did definitely get him on my score because not only does he understand how to get his own and how to be that man, he understands when it's time to sit back and let other guys do their thing. He can do that too. That's a player's player for sure. DJ Child should be on the top 25 list, and I ain't going back and forth with that. You take that up with your moms. Now, the big breaking news that I have to break. I'm talking about huge news. You haven't heard it before. You are hearing it here first, and I have great sources who's confirming that all what I'm about to say is 1,000% accurate. You hear me? What I'm about to say is 1,000% accurate. Now, we start in prep basketball. Now, there is the number 2 player in the country in prep basketball is a young man by the name of Kai Killins. Maybe you guys have heard of him. He's pretty damn good. Anyway, Kai Killins had already verbally committed to LSU way long time ago. Now, since then, LSU has been a free fall in college basketball. I mean, they have been sucky, ooh, sucky. So Mr. Killins has decided, for whatever reason, and he has the right to, that he decommitted verbally from the university, which now puts all the other universities on the plate. So I had my people do some research. I had my people to reach out to Kai Killins' people, and I got some credible news that I want to break first here on BLAZIN Takes. I have, and this is on great source, not on good source. This is on great source. And I'm sure if I'm wrong, Kai Killins is going to be in the thread telling me I'm wrong. But I'm telling you, my sources are A1. I have for you right now the list of Kai Killins' top 5 teams. Now, his current list of top 5 teams. Not before, not doing this LSU. I'm talking about after the LSU debacle, after he decommitted from LSU. I have his current top 5 team list now. And I'm going to give them to you. And it's an interesting list. In no particular order. I'm going to say it again because people like to say, people going to say, "Oh man, he got number 1." No. I did not hear from his people what order they are. All I know is here's the top 5. You ready? You guys ready for this? Number one. The first team I'm going to mention. I'm not saying number 1. The first team, Kentucky. Can you imagine Kai Killins in Kentucky? I can. I think the whole world can. I'm sure Kentucky can. I'm sure by me just stating that, Coach Skinny is throwing up at the mouth right now. Kentucky is one school. Second school on the list, in no particular order, USC. You got J-Mo. You got Kai Killins. And USC is just coming off a big win right now. That's interesting. Third team on the list, again, in no particular order, Memphis. You got the Memphis Tigers on Kai Killins' top 5 list. Memphis is already loaded. Can you imagine that team with Kai Killins on it? Fourth team on the list. I just talked about the guy earlier, and now I'm talking about his team. Alabama. Does DJ Child stay another year because of Kai Killins if Kai Killins commits to Alabama? I don't know. But you got Levin Cutler there who's playing really, really good as a freshman. So you possibly got 11 Cutler. So even if DJ Child's leave, you got 11 Cutler Kai Killins situation, possibly. And number 5, the 5th team, you guys will never, ever believe who this 5th team is. Yeah, I could give you a billion chances, and you would never say this team. Ever. I'm telling you, I got this on great validity from my sources. The 5th team on this list, in this top 5 list for Kai Killings, Texas motherfreaking Tech. Yes, Texas Tech, the Red Raiders, is on the top 5 list for Kai Killings, the number 2 high school player in the country. Can you believe that, ladies and gentlemen? I could not. I asked my sources to tell me 3 or 4, 5, 6 times to make sure you saying Texas Tech and not some other Texas school. And it gets deeper. Not only is it Texas Tech, from what I've been told, according to my sources, one of the main reasons Texas Tech was chosen was because they are a rival of UT Texas. And according to my sources, UT Texas did not offer Kai Killings not a one scholarship. Boy, that's crazy. UT Texas, the Longhorns, did not, according to my sources, did not offer Kai Killings not a one scholarship. Boy, that is crazy talk. So because UT was sitting on their hands, I don't know what the hell. How could you not offer a guy who's from the South, number 2 in the country? How could you not send him an offer? But they didn't. And their loss apparently is now Texas Tech's gain, because now they're on the top 5 list for Kai Killings, number 2 player in the country. That not only opens up the potential for Kai Killings to sign one of these teams, but that gives these other recruits and coaches now a little more ammo when they're trying to sign other players. Hey, we're close to getting Kai Killings. You know, if you Texas Tech, you taking that, you running with it. Shout out to Texas Tech. This could be the biggest signing the Red Raiders have had since Patrick Mahomes played quarterback for them. No joke. This could be the biggest signing for the Red Raiders since Patrick Mahomes. Shout out to Texas Tech, and shame, a goddamn shame on you, UT. You need your behind whipped with a wet granite belt. I'm out. No, before I'm out, let me know how you feel. Let's talk about it in the threads. What's your opinion of this Kai Killings situation? Top 5 teams. What schools you think he might go to? Can you believe this Texas Tech? Tell me how you feel. Like, comment. Let's cuss and discuss in the chat. All right, now I'm out.